So, first, great to meet you, Esther. GPB, we've been on a lot of interviews together over the years, and it's great to honor love and basketball because I mean, in my love of films, that stands as one of the points where those films that were being made during that era kind of drew me in,
Mm.
and loving basketball for sure. I mean, I was an athlete at the time. Can I ask about your athletic prowess? Because I know it's autobiographical. Like, how good a basketball player were you?
I was very good. Um, so yeah, I mean, I was an athlete my whole life. I started playing sports when I was about 5 years old, started in soccer, and then moved into basketball, track, cross country, softball, tennis, swimming. So lettered in, I think, 9 sports, but basketball was always my love. Got recruited, but not by UCLA where I wanted to go to film school. So I ended up running track there and had to give up my basketball dreams then, and it was like losing a limb. But gotta, really kind of find it again with this film.
So how come you can play basketball?
I just can.
I never knew a girl that can play.
But my mama says she doesn't know where I come from because I act different.
Your dad play?
He works at a bank.
My dad plays for the Clippers. He says I'm gonna be a doctor or a lawyer, but I'm gonna play for them too. Same number and everything.
Well, I'm gonna be.
It was no way for it to be love and track than love and basketball.
It didn't have the same ring to it.
As to what does love and basketball mean to you when you think about the release and that period of time? Like, what was your feelings when this hit the screen?
And I remember that my brother took me and my sister's 2 years older than me. My brother is 10 years older. And he took us to see Love and Basketball at the movie theater in 2000. Me and my sister used to recite the lines to this movie all the time. So it played a big role for me. And at the time, I didn't really understand why because I didn't play basketball yet. But felt such a connection to Monica, the character Monica. And then, a few years later, I started to play basketball and fell in love with the game, and things started to make sense. And now they make even more sense, right? And so I think sometimes you don't even realize what inspiration, where it will lead you and what journey it will take you on. But, it was an immediate connection and an immediate love for the film. And I think that maybe even inspired me to, in part, to pick up a basketball at some point.
Mm.
You wanna be my girl?
What do I have to do?
I guess we can play ball and ride to school together. When you get mad at me, I gotta give you flowers.
I'm curious, Gina, because I mean you're coming right out of UCLA, and then instead of doing traditional three-act structure, you did a four-act structure with love and basketball. Like, was there any fight against that coming, like when you're fresh coming from your film studies, and why haven't we seen that in Secret Life or Beyond the Lights or Woman King, that four-act
Mhm.
process?
It your first one, you don't put rules on yourself. You're just writing for yourself. And it wasn't at a studio. Maybe if it was at a studio, they might have tried to clamp down, but I had the freedom to do what I wanted, and it just made perfect sense. 4 quarters in the game, there's 4 quarters in these characters' lives, and the beauty of it now with this collection, there's going to be four different capsules, so we're using the same quarter thing for this drop.
What act are you in your career right now, do you think?
Oh, wow. What act am I in? I think I'm in my second act. I got a lot to give, lot to give.
Yeah. Same for you, Esther. Where do you feel like in your structure of career, I know it's hard to just look at it like from the outside, but what act do you think you're in right now?
Somehow I still feel like I'm in my first.
Mm.
I feel like we might even be in the prelude. Uh, 8 years into running Playa Society, but we're really just scratching the surface, and women's sports are just now starting to get a little bit of the recognition that it deserves. And so there's a lot more to come for sure.
Do you think it would have been received differently I mean, today there's still not a lot of women's center sports films. I know we just had the one on Clarissa. She was the boxer and everything else. But I mean, women's sports is a lot more prominent. I'm a big WNBA fan, and
Right.
I love women's track. The field is as much as I love men's track and field. But I feel like women's sports are more prominent. Do you think it would have hit any differently today, or the everything still, is in place for that to be a rare moment of showing what Bull Durham could show on the men's side for women?
I love Bull Durham. You know what? I've actually thought about this a lot and the state of the industry. Honestly, I don't know that Love and Basketball would have gotten made in this time, even though women's sports are blowing up. There is our industry is in a weird place, and what gets made, what gets funded, and certainly women's stories and Black women's stories are not at anybody's forefront. They're the hardest to get made. They take the most fight. But thankfully, I'm up for the fight, and my fellow female directors are up for that fight. So I think it came out at the right time. And the fact that 25 years later we get to still talk about it is a beautiful thing to me because clearly something meant something to somebody, something about their character, the relationship, or the game. It's given it longevity, and so people get to keep discovering it, even though films like this are rarely made.
You have a household where, I mean, without Reggie Rock and Get on the Bus, Black Tree wouldn't even exist. I'm kind of that character Xavier expanded. That's what Black Tree became. But I
Yeah.
wonder, do y'all have similar writing processes or um, th- like similar ways to get past writer's block or anything? Is there anything that y'all share as writers?
hmm Yeah, Reggie actually has taught me a lot in terms of writing. You know, I came through film school, he came through playwriting, and being an actor. And so many of the things that he was taught, he's given to me, which has made my writing stronger. But at the end of the day, we're each other's biggest champions. And so, I want him to win, he wants me to win. So we're the hardest on each other. We read our scripts first. And if we can get them past us, then we know we're going to be okay in the world because we're going to pound them until we know that they're great.
Yeah. I know that Secret Life of Bees was a adaptive project. Did with any of these projects, because I remember I was like first becoming a critic on Secret Life of Bees, and I thought this was like the best picture, and it didn't receive it did well at the box office, but didn't receive the critical acclaim I think it deserved. Do you think that besides Love and Basketball, which everybody wants to revisit all the time, that people need to revisit Beyond the Light, Secret Life of Bees, and see your growth to the Woman King, which got all the love from the critics, war.
I mean, I would love for audiences to always find the work. I put a big part of myself in everything, every story that I tell. I'm trying to say something to the world. I think that's the beauty of what I get to do, and that for me it's not just entertainment, but it's speaking to people. So the more people revisit it, makes me happy. And at the end of the day, like of course, awards mean certain things and help you get that next one made. But the fact that it's 25 years later and we're talking about this film, the fact that I get to collaborate with Esther and Playa Society and put out a merchandise collection, which we've never done, and really focus on ownership of our artistry. I mean, that's the win.
That's the widest project. There's other projects celebrating anniversaries. I mean, I think this is the Friday anniversary. This is like a lot of significant films in the genre. Why did you choose Secret Life of Bees for this capsule project?
Love and basketball.
I mean, I'm sorry, Love and Basketball. This was stuck in my head.
I have a saying even when just like in my life, and it's always I didn't choose the game chose me. And I feel like this is one of those moments where it's like I didn't, I wish I would have had the audacity or the bravery, the courage to reach out to Gina and be like, hey, I want to do this, but to have the opportunity to be seen by Gina, and to have for her to reach out and say, I see you and I want to do this collaboration. I mean, it was a no-brainer. Like the answer was gonna be yes, no matter no matter what she's asking for. And so just being such a fan. I mean, honestly, I've seen this film hundreds of times. I probably know all the words. And so during Thanksgiving, I was going back and forth with my family. I was like, I bet I know all the words. And so we're saying every line, every scene. And I feel like I went undefeated, and so I'm really proud of that. But it was a no-brainer for me. This is passion. This is why I do what I do. So I'm just excited.
I'm curious, GPB, if this was today, like you said, studios, everything's changed, and their appetite for features is like box offices of 200 million and stuff like that. If they said make this into a 8 hour limited series, like how would this story have changed? What did you leave out of Love and Basketball that in the feature side that if you could have expanded it into a 10 episode hour-long series or whatever, that what do you think that you would have expounded upon?
Yeah, I'm gonna answer you in the way that I've answered. And again, I'm flattered 100%. People asking for sequels, people ask me to turn this into a show over these 25 years. It's a constant thing. And for me, Love and Basketball, the film, I told the story I wanted to tell. Like it had a beginning, middle, and end for me. And left you get to think what's gonna happen with her daughter, where she's gonna go. So there's nothing more that I need to say. I said it and I'm proud of it. And again, I love that people keep revisiting it 25 years later.
You yourself done told me to watch these hoes out there.
I should have been telling your father that.
So you gonna take the word of some trick over pop? Huh?
Where Monica's character is like kind of autobiographical to you, like you feel similarities.
Mhm.
I know writers often have to know the end when they start writing. Like how is that trying to see an end for a character that you related to while you're young in your career, living your life, and like how was that part of it? Like was that a difficult part trying to figure out where to wrap it up? Was that like
Mhm.
a hard part for the writing process?
I think the beauty of this film is when I first started writing, the WNBA wasn't in existence, and so it had a completely different ending. It took so long to get made for somebody to say yes that by the time I got that yes, a WNBA had kicked in and it gave me the perfect ending for the film.
That's what's next for you guys. I mean, everybody's excited about this. I hope I get one of these rollout product packages. What do y'all have y'all sights set on doing after this monumental film?
Yeah, I mean, this is just the beginning. So we have our first drop of Love and Basketball on this Friday. That it will be the first quarter that we're storytelling around, and then there will be three more drops in 2026. We'll continue to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Love and Basketball. We'll lean into celebrating the 30th anniversary of the WNBA and kind of everything in between in terms of the story arcs of the film. So we're excited to just, I'm all in. I'm excited about continuing to create and put out some dope stuff with Gina.
And yeah, I mean, Esther and I were athletes and athletes want to win. And that's what we're focused on is having this collaboration be huge and give people a chance to rock something that gives them swagger. So playersociety.com is where you can cop it. And as Esther said, we'll be going on the whole year.
Where can people watch Love and Basketball right now? I mean, I know they could buy it on Apple. Is it streaming anywhere on any platform? And
it keeps moving. It was on Netflix and it's usually on HBO and
I can tell you
BET.
exactly where to find it because I watch it every weekend still.
BET plays it every weekend basically, but
Yeah. And it's on Prime. I bought it on Prime, so that's where I watch
okay, there you go.
it.
It's on
all
Prime.
right. Well, look, big fan. You, I'll support whatever you do. Please make sure in your writer for your film that you got like Black Trees covering because I'm I'm all over it. I'm
I'll
always
be
gonna support it and love the movement and Esther like I'm now I'm familiar, so now I'm on your tail. So like let's make sure we always connect and like I said, this is a work of art. I'm glad it's being recognized in the registry and everything else, and it's one of those films that definitely plays a part in why I just love films. That's one of the films I would name for sure.
Hmm.
So thank you for creating that and being brave enough. Yeah, let me ask this first, because just as a budding person that has stories in mind, I know that you was in film school, you had a thesis and everything else, but what pushed you from the oh, I'm thinking about it to I'm gonna do it? I know you like pitched it like what gave you because there's like a breaking point in the people that have a million films in their head and never do them, and the
Hmm.
person that actually finishes the script. Like what do you think pushed you through like on that part? Like where was
Hmm. Um, I choose the films that I'm gonna write by what do I have to do? Not that I want to do. And these are stories. Love and Basketball was a story in my head that I had to get out. Like it was literally driving me crazy. And so it's that choose things that you have to say because it's hard. Writing Love and Basketball was a year and a half. Beyond the Lights was 3 years. Like these films take a lot of time. They take a lot of emotional energy. And so it's got to be something you're passionate about that you have to tell, a story that you have to tell that only you can tell. And then you just have to believe that somebody's going to want to see it. And I mean, it sounds simple, but that's what it is.
that's what it is. Thank you guys for your time.
All
I
right.
appreciate y'all and good luck on the drop. Tell them one more time, Esther, where they need to go on online to find the information for the first quarter and all the rest of it.
You can shop at playasociety.com and follow Gina on Instagram, follow Playa Society on Instagram for all future drops.
And
All
that's
right.
Playa with the A.
Playa, yes.
Play it
On
with
the
an
ball,
A.
Playa.
That's gonna be written right here on the screen. Thank you. Thank you guys very much. Talk to y'all later.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Bye.
Bye.